Hello, I'm Craig Brailsford, and welcome to another episode of Small Stocks, Big Money. For those of you new to the show, RedChip is an investor relations, media, and research firm focused on emerging growth companies. Our unique platform combines global multimedia with traditional investor relations, reaching investors around the world. Now, today's show features interviews with executives of two public companies. First up is OKYO Pharma, a biopharmaceutical company. The company is developing therapeutics to improve the lives of patients with inflammatory eye diseases and chronic pain. It offers solutions for various diseases such as dry eye disease, non-infectious anterior uveitis, allergenic conjunctivitis, chronic pain, and ocular pain. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Up next is SolarMax Technology, a U.S. company based in California and founded in 2008. It is a leader in the solar and renewable energy sector, focused on making sustainable energy both accessible and affordable. SolarMax has established a robust presence in the United States and began expanding operations to China in 2016. SolarMax has completed more than 15,000 installations for residential and commercial customers in the United States, and it is ranked in the top 1% of U.S. solar installers, and it achieved $96 million in EPC sales in China in 2021. We'll learn more when we speak with the CEO later in the show. Now, before we get to the first interview, our quote of the week. It comes from the book, Small Stocks, Big Money. I've made my money by being the first in markets. As a venture capitalist, you have to seek out the cutting-edge companies. You get in as early as possible. That way, you make a lot more headway and profits. This quote comes from John Papajohn, venture capitalist, and it is featured in Chapter 6 of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book of exclusive interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon today for just $18. Now, let's get started with our first interview today with OKYO Pharma.
Hello, today we have Gary Jacob, PhD, Chief Executive Officer of OKYO Pharma Ltd, which trades on the NASDAQ under the ticker OKYO. Gary, welcome.
Hi, Michael. Pleasure to speak with you.
Gary, my understanding is that OKYO is presently developing an innovative ocular therapy called OK101 to target the multi-billion-dollar inflammatory dry eye disease market, as well as some other applications of unmet medical need. Can you give our viewers a quick overview of OK101 and the recent results you reported with this drug to treat dry eye disease?
Thank you, Michael. And of course, I'm very excited to be telling the viewers about OK101. That's our flagship drug to treat dry eye disease. And we're very excited because this is a drug that we only brought into the clinic in what was called a phase 2 trial, a 240 patient trial that was randomized, placebo-controlled, and run through a good part of 2023. And we released top-line data in the beginning of 2024. So it was a great start to the year. And what was really exciting to us was that in that trial, we had a number of endpoints that we were looking at, and we were excited that we saw statistical significance in a number of readouts that included stinging, burning, blurred vision, conjunctival staining, eye dryness. And in particular, we were excited about the statistical significance, and this was durable significance over 85 days, the 3-month period of dosing. And we saw that in a particular endpoint called ocular pain. And that was very exciting for us. So we're looking now at setting up to do registration trials that are phase 3 trials with OK101 to treat dry eye disease.
Great. So you particularly highlight ocular pain from the results of the dry eye trial. Why is that so important?
Well, that's a great question, Michael. And the reason why is that our drug, OK101, targets a particular receptor. It's called ChemR23, and it's present on immune cells that produces an ocular anti-inflammatory activity, which is why we brought it into the trial to begin with, to explore that. That's inflammation in dry eye is a major issue. So The point, though, was that that particular receptor that I told you about, which is present on immune cells, white blood cells, was also discovered to be present on nerve cells in the spinal column. And so what really excited us was that we looked at, in animal studies that were conducted with a leader in neuropathic corneal pain, Dr. Pedram Hamra, in animal studies, whether this drug had potential to treat a condition called neuropathic corneal pain. And we were very excited from those animal studies that the drug was showing as a topical administration in the mice in that model a very strong reduction in neuropathic corneal pain. So when we saw the results, Michael, in the dry eye study, and I should point out that a certain number of these patients have a neuropathic corneal pain, as well as the kind of inflammatory pain that you get, for example, with a headache or a toothache, for example. But that was really exciting for us because it really gave us even stronger excitement about the possibility of our drug treating neuropathic corneal pain.
That's very exciting, Gary. Can you tell us more about the opportunity for treating corneal neuropathic pain and the upcoming phase 2 trial?
Sure, Michael. And the reality is that neuropathic corneal pain, this is the kind of pain that is so intense, it's acute and chronic in people with neuropathic corneal pain, that there are even cases of suicide. And the issue is that there is nerve damage to the ocular nerves. Just like when people hear about a spinal cord injury and people are having stinging and burning sensation in their extremities, in the eye, it's highly innervated with nerves. And so people literally can have, from a dry eye condition, they can get damage to the ocular nerves. And this can produce this excruciating pain. So what has excited us from the dry eye study is that we're looking at a real opportunity for this drug. And I should point out that there is no FDA-approved drug to treat neuropathic corneal pain. And FDA has mandated a strong interest in seeing a drug to treat this severe ocular pain condition. So we're excited because we are the very first company in February of this year to get IND clearance on starting a phase 2 trial with our drug, OKY to treat neuropathic corneal pain, with Dr. Pedram Hamra, a leader in neuropathic corneal pain, as the investigator, the primary investigator at a site that we'll be opening at Tufts Medical Center in Boston. So this is really exciting for us because the drug that we're looking at for dry eye, we're also now excited about opening a phase 2 trial before the end of the year. We're working very hard to get this trial underway. It's a trial that will also involve about 3-month duration. We were looking at getting top-line data by sometime perhaps early in the summer of next year.
What are the main advantages of OKY over current treatments available in the market for dry eye disease?
Great question. And what really excited us about the data that we saw was that in dry eye disease, Michael, there are a number of endpoints that can be used for an approval with FDA. When you file what's called an NDA, a new drug application with FDA, in the case of dry eye, you have to have 2 types of endpoints. One is a sign endpoint, one is a symptom endpoint. And what we really loved was from our trial, we saw statistical significance in what's called conjunctival staining and, of course, in ocular pain. So what we are looking at is opening that registration trial with those primary endpoints, and those are completely differentiated from any other drug that has been approved to treat dry eye. So we believe we're looking at a drug that will have a clear product profile that is distinct and significant for treating this condition. I should point out also that there are 38 million people in the US who suffer from dry eye disease. 1 out of every 3 people over 50 suffer from dry eye disease. So although there are drugs to treat it, there's been no drug that overall is treating the large numbers of people with this disease. So we see an opportunity for OKY treating dry eye as well.
Excellent. For investors, management is key to the success of smaller cap companies. What can you tell us about the key players on your team?
Well, Michael, I'll begin with myself. I was born with DNA that's focused on drug discovery and drug development. I'm the co-inventor of 2 drugs. One of them, Trulance, is marketed now by Bausch Health to treat chronic idiopathic constipation. It's a drug I co-invented and took through 4 registration trials and 2 approvals with FDA. So I have hands-on experience in taking a drug all the way from discovery, which I've been involved in, and which I am an inventor in, all the way through to approval. And that I will indicate in that case for Trulance, that was in over 5,000 patients for 4 registration trials. So a lot of experience. My colleague, my chief scientific officer, Dr. Raj Patil, has hands-on experience in ocular diseases with stints at both with both Alcon and Novartis, and has tremendous experience in the ocular space. And so we find ourselves an excellent team. We also have a wonderful board with a great deal of experience in drug development, and we're really excited about OK101.
In summary, what is the essential value proposition? Why should investors take an interest in OKYO today?
Great question, Michael. And the reality is that when you're dealing with biotech companies that are involved in clinical development, Michael, most people realize that clinical development can take many years. It can take 6, 7, 8 years to take a drug from discovery all the way through clinical trials, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. We've been on a rampage to really bring our drug through clinical development rapidly. This drug that I'm talking about skipped over phase 1. We immediately moved it into a phase 2 trial in patients, and we're looking at registration trials in dry eye. And likewise, we're very excited that with this particular phase 2 trial in neuropathic corneal pain, which is a major unmet medical need, there's a lot of excitement internally in seeing OK101's results in the upcoming clinical trials. So I certainly believe that those investors who are interested in biotech investments take a good hard look at OKYO Pharma.
Gary, it is a truly fascinating story. Thank you for sharing it with us today.
Thank you, Michael.
Now, to get more information on OKYO Pharma, visit okyoinfo.com. You'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RED-CHIP to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. We also have a free weekly newsletter you can subscribe to at redchip.com, featuring emerging growth companies like OKYO Pharma. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. And also go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can also order your copy of Small Stocks, Big Money, a book written by RedChip CEO featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Order your copy on Amazon today for just $18. Now, let's move on to our next interview today with SolarMax Technology. Hi, today we have David Hsu, Chief Executive Officer of SolarMax Technology. David, great to see you.
Great to see you, Craig.
Now, David, start please by giving our viewers a brief overview of SolarMax Technology and what are the key markets that you serve?
SolarMax actually is a U.S. public traded company at NASDAQ. We have been in the business since 2008. The key market that we service is California. And we're in the renewable energy business, doing residential, commercial, and LED package, and also, battery storage.
Now, could you explain SolarMax Technology's business model and how the company generates revenue?
We actually generate most of our revenues doing residential and commercial solar, and also battery storage. We also actually have government contracts LED street lights all over the United States. We also provide LED panels for Caltrans all over freeways in California.
SolarMax, David, has announced a major project in Las Vegas. Now, this project includes a 4.27 megawatt solar power plant, a 2 megawatt energy storage system, and 10 EV charging stations. Can you tell us more about this project and its significance for your business strategy?
Oh yeah, we're very excited that getting this MOU signed, and we'll move forward with the project with the landlord and also the tenant, because this is the SolarMax's new strategy. It's called solar battery storage and also the charger stations for most of the commercial and industry, areas. What SolarMax has the ability and the software to actually helping them to build up the solar battery and the charger station at the low electric cost. And this is the first one. That's why it's very excited. And in our pipeline, we have many more to come.
Now, David, as you know, SolarMax has extensive experience with large-scale solar installations overseas. How are you leveraging that experience to establish your presence in the United States?
Over the 10 years, SolarMax actually built over 400 megawatts of solar project overseas. I was the one actually being able to lead the whole team, not only just on installations, but we actually capable of develop, manager, and also, arrange financing for all those large projects. With the experience we have, actually, we bring those back to the United States. We start our commercial industry battery, solar and charger station business. At the same time, hope that we're going to provide the best service for the customer in the United States.
Okay, now apart from that extensive overseas experience, David, what else sets SolarMax apart from other companies, and there are many, offering solar energy solutions here in the United States?
We are so I consider SolarMax as one of the high-tech companies because we've been developing and work with some of the college on those softwares that we're going to use, actually going to provide the best management and the communication for solar battery and charger station to bring the best service and also the cheapest energy cost to our customers. We're not only just doing the installation, we're providing other services to help our clients.
Which is to be expected since the solar energy market, as you know, David, is rapidly growing here in the United States. Now, in that market, what do you see as the major opportunities and challenges here, and how are you going to address them?
The opportunity is the U.S. renewable energy market is going up, and SolarMax actually has the advantage on those high technology stuffs. For example, just on the LED side, we've been getting contracts from the Caltrans, from all governments all over the United States, buying straight lights from us. For example, we just got the color LED panel out, and the Caltrans is being signing all the contract with us on those products. As far as we were just talking about the solar battery and charger station, we actually has all those experience on system integrators. We're not just providing people with an installation solution. We're providing people with, financing, software communications, and just make sure that they get the best service. So we're not only an installation company, we are a renewable energy system integrating.
Really sounds great, David. Now, for our final question, let me put you on the spot. Is that okay?
Sure, I'm ready.
Tell us, David, why should an investor take an interest in SolarMax Technology right now?
Well, with 15 years of experience doing renewable energies, SolarMax basically can provide the best package for our clients, provide them the best service, and also make sure they got the best, electricity cost, on the system that we designed for them. With the unique experience we have on residential, commercial, and industry experience, we're pretty sure SolarMax will give them the best service they deserve.
That's a fabulous story, David. Thank you for giving it to us today.
Thank you.
Now, to get more information on SolarMax Technology, visit smxtinfo.com. you'll see research reports, fact sheets, presentations, and the latest videos. It's all free, and you can even subscribe to email alerts to stay on top of the latest news. You can also call 1-800-RED-CHIP to speak to a specialist if you have any questions. Watch this show again and explore hundreds of small cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel. Also, go to our website and sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, visit redchip.com and subscribe today. In addition to our newsletter, you can order Small Stocks, Big Money. This is a book written by RedChip's CEO, featuring interviews with some of the biggest players in the microcap space. Get a digital copy on Amazon for $18. Now, let's recap the companies featured today. First, you met OKYO Pharma, OKYO, on the NASDAQ. OKYO Pharma is a biopharmaceutical company. The company is developing therapeutics to improve the lives of patients with inflammatory eye diseases and chronic pain. It offers solutions for various diseases such as dry eye disease, non-infectious anterior uveitis, allergenic conjunctivitis, chronic pain, and ocular pain. Learn more at www.okyoinfo.com. Then, you met SolarMax Technology, stock symbol SMXT, on the NASDAQ. SolarMax Technology is a U.S. company based in California and founded in 2008. It is a leader within the solar and renewable energy sector, focused on making sustainable energy both accessible and affordable. SolarMax has established a robust presence in the United States and began expanding operations to China in 2016. SolarMax has completed more than 15,000 installations for residential and commercial customers in the United States, is ranked in the top 1% of U.S. solar installers, and it achieved $96 million in EPC sales in China in 2021. Learn more at www.smxtinfo.com. And don't forget to check out our stocks page. It is the biggest small cap stock portal in the industry. Every company listed on the NASDAQ or New York Stock Exchange with market caps of $2 billion and less. And it is categorized by industries. Also, watch this show again and explore hundreds of small cap stock videos on RedChip's YouTube channel, and be sure to sign up for our weekly newsletter and learn about a lot of small cap companies. We also have a website where you can sign up on our events page for the webinar series. We have webinars every week, several a week, in which we feature small public companies, mostly client companies, and you'll hear straight from the CEO, and you'll be able to ask questions after that. Again, if you have any questions about any of our public companies featured on today's show, call us at 1-800-RED-CHIP or email us at info@redchip.com. In closing, remember, while small caps can provide significant gains, you must be prepared for the downside. Small cap stocks are among the most volatile of asset classes. Some of the companies featured on this show are RedChip client companies, and we may own stock in these companies, so please always read our disclosures at redchip.com. Thank you for being with us today. We'll see you next week with some new, exciting, emerging growth companies.
Hello, my name is Oren Al-Kayam, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Mobilicom, operating and based in California, United States. Mobilicom is traded on the NASDAQ under the ticker MOB. Allow me to introduce you to Mobilicom. Mobilicom design, develop, and sell the cybersecurity, the software, and hardware solutions that are the heart and soul of any drone and robot, and we are selling them to drones and robotics manufacturers and platform makers. Our solutions enable the drones to communicate, enable the drone to operate, and safeguard their operation for the performance of their mission. Mobilicom is focusing on the small-sized drones or robotics markets because it's a market that is going to experience the highest growth in the coming couple of years, both in the commercial as well as in the defense markets. And it's going to be the biggest markets both on volume and value going forward. Mobilicom is unique and special because we are the only player in the industry with the approach of an end-to-end provider, one-stop shop that sells the critical solutions to the drones or robotics manufacturer. This strategy allows us to bundle solution to the best pricing to our customers. We can guarantee the best performance as our elements were designed to work together, and we can start by selling one element and then expand and cross-selling the others. In addition, Mobilicom is the front runner in the cybersecurity of drones or robotics. We always believe that that will be a crucial factor in this industry, like other industries, and we are first to the world and the leading solution provider in this market of drones or robotics cybersecurity. I'm extremely excited because Mobilicom and the industry are in the inflection point right now, as drones or robotics are being deployed more and more in the defense and commercial space. And we're going to see those results in the coming quarters and years. Join us for Mobilicom MOB in the NASDAQ, as well as for more information, find us at mobilicom.com.